Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the OCNJ Local, your podcast for everything happening here in America's greatest family resort. We're your hosts, Dominick, Dougherty, and Drew Fasy.
And we are your local guys.
Drew, man, you left Ocean City for a little while. Are you still considered a local, or is your status in question here?
No, I was only gone for 5 days, Dom.
It's
I'm
getting
still
close,
a
Drew.
local.
It's getting close. Caught it. Caught it real close. Natives are the ones that get the grace period. Locals do not.
It was
So,
nice to. It was nice. We timed it right, weather-wise. I know it was kind of windy and nasty here for a couple of days. We had some nice
it
weather.
was.
Went to a different island. Very
Yeah, and
nice.
you brought some nice weather back with you. It's been unseasonably warm this week, and it looks like tomorrow, Thursday, which is probably today when most people are going to listen to this, or it's supposed to be almost 70.
Yeah, it was a nice day today.
It
Spring
was
is
nice.
coming.
Yeah, I've been getting the kids out, going to the park, working on my left-handed jump shot.
Oh,
No, it's fun to try and use your non-dominant hand to do things once in a while.
did you know? And I don't remember the exact number of points, but did you know that Larry Bird played an entire game shooting with his left hand?
I believe it, and he probably still killed it.
I don't remember exactly, but he might have scored 40 points. Left-handed shot.
Yeah, it's pretty similar skills to Larry the Legend here with my left hand. I'll say that much.
There's a guy who doesn't get into enough GOAT conversations, but he should.
Well, he had to play
Given
against
the
he
given
had to
the
play against Jordan.
opportunity, if you gave me a choice to put together a dream team, and I had a choice between Larry Bird and LeBron James, Larry, without even giving it a thought.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
That's tough.
And Jordan's the GOAT, but Larry would be on my dream team.
So you got Jordan at shooting guard, you got Larry at small forward. Who's gonna play
Magic at the point?
Magic at the point. Who's gonna play your other guard, and who's gonna play your other forward? Or who's going to play your other forward and your center?
I think center would have to be Bill Russell. 9 rings the guy has. Both ends of the court.
No Kareem? You're not going to put Kareem on there?
No. I will take Bill Russell. And Bill Russell took Kareem. So it's Bill Russell. I would take Wilt Chamberlain before Kareem.
This is, for everyone out there listening, this is a pre-1990s dream team.
No, without a doubt. Shooting guard? Who's my shooting guard?
Jordan.
Oh, Jordan's my shooting guard. Who's my point? Did I say who my point?
Magic.
Oh, Magic. Yeah, so I need
and
a
then
forward.
You got Larry Bird at a forward. You got Bill Russell at center, so you need another forward here. Power forward, I would say, maybe.
Power forward? Doc could be a forward, but he's not a power forward. But Doc
Julie Serving? Dr. J?
Yes, sir.
So you're going to build a 1970s, 1980s dream team and play 2000 small ball.
So Michael Jordan, a couple years ago, was asked, I forget who the team was that won the NBA title. It might have been, I don't remember, it was just a few years ago. And he was asked if his team could beat that team. And he said, yeah, we probably win. It would be close. We probably win by 4. And whoever asked him the question said, why so close a game? And he said, well, we're in our 50s now.
That's funny.
Maybe Pip. Maybe Pip would be my forward.
You're missing so many people here, man. Like Karl Malone.
You know,
you're sticking to that era there.
No, No, Charles Barkley. That's my power forward right there.
Yeah, he was nasty.
Round mound of rebound. Yes.
Speaking of Barkley, there's another Barkley in
There.
Philly now.
I'm sorry?
There's a new Barkley in Philly now. Mr. Saquon Barkley has entered Philadelphia.
The Birds are making a splash already. They are making a splash. They got a defensive tackle. They brought back
C.J. Gardner-Johnson.
CJ. They brought in a linebacker. I'm still hoping that they draft Trotter at linebacker, Jeremiah's son.
Yeah, Jeremiah Trotter Jr.
Yep.
They signed Landon Dickerson. They sealed him up. They sealed up Jake Elliott.
There's a lineman, an offensive tackle, who they predict may play guard out of Alabama, who's a beast. He's 6'5", 305. I don't recall his name, but they have their sights on him. Looking forward to the Birds this season. It's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, even Jason Kelsey was saying that, he's like, oh, I had to go retire now, and the Eagles go do all this. And
he can unretire. He can unretire. We'd love to have him.
Didn't seem like that from what he was saying on his podcast.
But hey, after these,
he's gonna hang out.
He might want to get another title.
He's gonna hang out down south, one island over, with his kids and eat ice cream, 10 bar at the OD.
Good for him. He deserves it. All right. So what do you think? You want to get into it here,
he's
Dom?
37. He's not. How old is he?
Is he that old? 37?
No, he might be younger than that. He deserves it.
Yeah.
No, he did work hard. There's a lot of sacrifice to be an NFL player. Definitely.
Absolutely.
Lots of sacrifice to make it to that level for sure. And hard work. And plus, he's doing Papa John's commercials. He's doing everything now.
Both of them are.
He's
everywhere.
He's super good. Well, he didn't. His brother is doing different level stuff, man. His brother's doing Pfizer commercials, and
right.
That's a little. I don't know, but that's for a different story, different time, different podcast, different topic.
Yeah.
So, well, Drew, who do you shout out today?
Okay, I got a couple of shout outs. One is kind of a follow up. I had shouted out a power washing company on the last episode, but I didn't I didn't shout out the company. I shouted out the guy, and I kind of felt bad about that because I got to mention his name. So I mentioned Matt Lane. Matt is a teacher at the intermediate school. He taught my son Aiden, and they had a pretty good relationship. They liked each other a lot. Matt's a really good dude. And I don't know if I mentioned this, but a couple of years ago, I was cleaning out the second floor of the Donahue Field House down at the Little League fields, and I found some old newspaper clippings, and it was about one of our championship teams. And I'm looking at it, and there's Matt Lane running home to score the winning run for Ocean City's team. So I actually brought it and showed it to him, and he loved it. Anyway, so I wanted to mention his business. His business is Powerhouse Cleaners. They're a power washing company. Matt Lane, I'll give his number, 609-457-5996. If you want to deal with local people, local small businesses, which I like to shout out, this is one of them. Matt's a great guy. So if you need your house power washed, give Matt a call. He's a good dude.
And what was that number again? What was the number again there, Drew?
It's 609-457-5996.
And that's Powerhouse Cleaners, Powerhouse Power Washing.
Yeah.
Give him a ring.
And he's offering 50% off if you mention our podcast. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you gotta, dude.
Totally kidding.
You went from getting hooked up to getting hooked. ladies and
going to love
gentlemen,
that one.
this
He's
guy's
gonna
got to
love
put
that
down the shovel. He
Yeah.
really does.
Now that was total joke. Total joke. My
No
second shout
50%.
out.
Just
No,
just to be
yeah,
clear, no
just be clear.
50% off. Just good, honest, local hard work from a guy who's going to do the job right and get it done
And a
on
family
time.
man. He's got
Follow-
a family. He's
Follow
a
up,
good guy.
do all the things that so many people in this town unfortunately don't do.
That's right.
So again,
And he is. I
50%
got
off.
he does follow up really well. I just reached out to him for my house and my neighbor's house, and he got back to me with estimates. Did the square footage, sent me estimates, then called me to follow up and make sure I got them. So and scheduled them. So Matt's a good guy. He's going to probably send me hate mail after the 50% discount remark.
It is not real. There is no 50% discount.
No 50% discount.
True, man.
You got to have fun. You got to have fun, Dom.
That's not fun. That's taken away from someone's bottom line.
No,
they're out there doing probably like the 7th wettest job in America, power washing houses. And you're trying to, and he's a family man too. You're taking food off the kid's table here. Come on.
I think power washing was in the top 10 of that wettest job.
It's got to be.
I think it was.
I mean, you're literally soaking a house with water all day long.
Yeah.
If you ever see anyone power washing, they're usually in full rain gear most of the time. And
so are firemen, but it's not the wettest job in America. All right, I'm going to move on. I'm going to put the shovel down.
Please do.
Okay.
No 50% discount.
So the next shout out isn't Ocean City, but I have to mention this because it's bugging me. All right. So the shout out I'm giving is to Manasquan High School boys basketball team. Manasquan was the Central Jersey Group 2 champion. They played Camden, who was the South Jersey Group 2 champion, at Central Regional High School last week. So how that works, if you recall, there are 4 champions in New Jersey of each group. So in the Group 2, there's South Jersey, Central Jersey. There's 2 North Jerseys. South Jersey plays Central Jersey. The 2 North Jersey teams play each other. And then the winner of those 2 games play for the state title.
Let's be honest, Drew. It should just be South 1, South 2, North 1, North 2. This invented central part of Jersey does not exist. It's not a real place.
Completely agree.
It is just like northern South Jersey.
Completely agree. It's another NJSIAA error, but be that
they
as
just try
to
make it something else.
That's right. Be that as it may. So Manasquan was playing Camden for the right to play in the state championship. So back and forth, a really close game. And with 0.6 seconds left on the clock, Manasquan scores to take a 1-point lead and win the game at the buzzer.
Or do they?
So one of the referees called it good. One of the referees had a question. The 3 referees meet and overturn the decision and give Camden the win by 1 point. Manasquan, and it's crystal clear on the video that the bucket was in before time elapsed. Crystal clear. So I had to give these kids a shout out. They were robbed of a chance to win in the state game. Camden went on to win the state title. So Manasquan had a shot to win the state title. They were robbed. The NJSIAA acknowledged that a mistake was made and apologized to them, but they couldn't, by rule, could not reverse the decision. So those kids,
they even tried to sue to get
it,
but the judge said they couldn't sue.
That's right. So the decision is final.
And he heard the case in a matter of days, which is amazing with the judge shortage here in New Jersey. Apparently, you are a high school basketball team, you can have your case heard within seconds.
So those kids must be heartbroken, right? So I just wanted to give them a shout out. They deserve it. And that's it.
That story made it all the way to national news, and it was the New York Post. It was all over the place.
That was national news. And you have to wonder, so there is no video replay in high school sports in New Jersey. And the rule is that once the officials leave the venue, whatever outcome they left,
leave the site of the court,
then the decision is final. So there was no overturning that decision. Again, the governing body, the NJSIAA, acknowledged that it was a mistake, acknowledged that Manasquan should have by right won that game, and they apologized to the team, but nothing they could do. So you wonder, there's no video replay in high school sports in New Jersey. You wonder if there's going to be some kind of if they're going to look at that, and it might not be full game. It might be some. I think they're going to look at it. I think they're going to. It's 2024. Every game is videotaped. Every game has multi cameras on the court.
That's not true. That's not true. The NJSIA did not broadcast the Central and South Jersey.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean it wasn't
in the tournament.
Wasn't recorded, Dom. That just means
have
the NJSIA
you got to have an official recording. You got to have an official.
That's up to the home court, right? That's up to where like that game was the Manasquan game was played at Central Regional. It would be up to Central Regional to have the official recording, just like anything else. But be that as it may, I just think they're at least going to look at it. And if I were a betting man, I would say that within the next 2 years, some version of video replay will come into high school sports.
You could be the official cameraman for all Ocean City home events.
Well, as you know, I'm on the chains at football games, so I can't be bothered with it.
I'm talking about basketball. You'd be the official cameraman.
I think Matt Ulmer is clearly the official cameraman at Ocean City events.
Listen, Matt Ulmer is doing his own thing. You need to be the official NJSIAA certified cameraman.
Matt Ulmer, you know what? I'm going to add a shout out.
Oh, here we go.
Matt Ulmer. Matt Ulmer does one heck of a job with his video coverage and on air of football and basketball for not just Ocean City, but a lot of other Cal games. He does a great job. I think that company that he has that I forget the name. Do you remember the name of it? The company
Cal Live. That's what it is for basketball.
Cal Live, is that? I don't think that's the name of his company, but be that as it may, I think he actually loses money every year. It's not a profitable business, but Matt does it because he wants to do it, and he thinks it's a good thing to do, and it is a great thing to do. If you can't get to a game, you can watch it, or if it's pouring down rain, you don't want to go to a game, and you can still watch the game. I mean, it's fantastic, and he does it's really good quality. It's for high school sports, it's great quality. So shout out to Matt Ulmer, who I coached in Babe Ruth baseball when he was 13 years old. How about them apples?
He's now almost 50, folks. No, I have no idea how old Matt is, but I'm just trying to say Drew is really old.
Yeah, he could be close to 50. But anyway, so shout out to Matt. I'm glad you brought that up. That's a good shout out. So we can move on. You want to get into it here, Dom?
No more shout outs?
No more shout outs.
You're not going to shout out if you're going to outside of Ocean City here. You got to shout out the Mainland girls basketball team for being 30-1 and winning their second state championship in 6 years. Gotta do that, especially their head coach is son of an Ocean City legend, Chuck Betson and the Betson Connection. So
you're right.
Gotta shout out those girls
and the boys too. So the boys lost a heartbreaker by 2 points.
That was a great game.
The girls, that was a great game. Cohen Cook had 37 points in that game. High school, 37.
A lot with his left hand.
Congrats to the Mainland girls, won the state championship. And did it, kind of convincing. I mean,
they had a tough game against Ewing. They had a buzzer beater that didn't get overturned. So that was pretty cool. Ewing was the reigning champion.
Yes.
In Group 3. I believe they'd lost to Ewing the year before. Or no, they lost to Ocean City in the sectional round the year before. So it was, I think, the year prior to that. It was those girls' sophomore year they lost to Ewing, and then they came back.
Yeah.
So
congrats, Mainland. So the Mainland boys, the football team won the state title in the fall,
and ironically, had the boys beaten, I think it was Freehold who they were playing. Had they beaten Freehold, they would have played Ramapo again for the basketball state championship.
Is that right?
I had my fingers crossed when Mainland boys were coming back. I was like, no way, they're going to get to play Ramapo again, because they beat the pants off.
How about my boy Stephen Ordilly with the bank 3-pointer to bring him within 2 with 21 seconds left?
That's his
I
shot,
didn't mention him. I mentioned a couple of them. I mentioned Cohen Cook and a couple of those guys. Stephen Ordilly is headed to Princeton next year to play football.
Yep.
He was a dominant football player, and he had a great season in basketball. And I said Cohen Cook is probably the nicest kid you'll ever meet. Stephen Ordilly is just as nice a kid. Stephen Ordilly is a great kid, and I that's why I was so psyched to see those kids have so much success, because they're really nice kids. Hunter Watson, Stephen Ordilly, Cohen Cook. I mean, you go down the line, they're great kids. So congrats. And they had a great season.
They did.
Yeah.
They did. But I'll tell you what, junior year, it's Ben McGonagall's year.
Yes.
He's coming. He came in strong in that game. He's stand out for the Raiders. You just watch.
And, Ben's a nice kid. I mean, talk about a great family. His parents, Bill and Ellen, are two of the nicest people you'll ever meet. Big family, great family. So you love to see those kids have success. So I'm looking forward to watching Ben next year.
So
should we take a break?
Yeah, let's take a little break, and then we'll get back into our topic here. Most of you have seen it. Very few of you have actually been on it. The Ocean City Fishing Pier, located on 14th Street and the boardwalk. Gone through some renovations in the past few years. We got a little extension once beach replenishment started, because there were a few years at low tide when you were fishing for sand crabs. And, it's got quite a history to it. So when we come back, Drew has done some R&D. Well, no development, just some research on the fishing pier, and he'll fill you in. Maybe he'll even tell you how to become a member, because it's something I'd be interested in for sure. So we'll be right back. All right, everyone, we're back, and we're on to our topic for today, the Ocean City Fishing Club / Fishing Pier on 14th Street and the boardwalk. as I mentioned before the break, it's something that all of us have seen if you've been to the boardwalk. However, there's few of us that have ever been on it. Personally, myself, I have never made the journey out onto the pier. Drew, I'm sure you have multiple times. Have you not?
I have. I have. Yeah.
Of course, Drew has. Of course, Drew has. He's probably was a member for a few years. Were you?
No, I'm not a member yet.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah,
Are you on the wait list?
I am.
Oh, there's a wait list. I was just kidding.
No, there's a wait list.
Oh, there's a wait list. Of course, there's a wait list. So, Drew, why don't you tell us a little bit about the Ocean City Fishing Club and their access to this fishing pier that, like I said, only a handful of people in the world have ever been on?
I will. Before I get to that, though, Dom, I felt like if we're going to talk about the Ocean City Fishing Pier at 14th Street, I would be remiss without talking about the 59th Street Pier.
That pier I remember that pier when it still had the house on it from a long time ago.
Yeah. So the house was actually, all right, so let me go through it. So the 59th Street Pier was first constructed in 1913, and it's extended 800 feet into the water. And for much of its existence, it was owned by the same family, the Tony Pinto family. And that house was actually Tony's snack bar that was located at the base of the pier, and that operated until the 70s. The pier itself has been closed since the 80s, and it was when it was acquired by the city to protect it from further development, right? It slowly deteriorated over the years, and in 2011, Superstorm Sandy all but wiped it out. There was only 7 pilings left, and they were finally removed in 2015. Plans to restore that pier, which I know there were groups that were trying to raise funds, but never came to fruition. And when Sandy hit and took, what was left of the pier away, that was it. So the last pilings were removed on June 30th, 2015, and the 59th Street Pier is no more. So I thought,
I think there's a lot of people out there that don't even know there was a pier there.
right.
A lot of people have moved into Ocean City post Sandy, and you would never even know that there was ever a structure out there. But I remember it, still had some blunt decks on it back in the day. The snack bar was out there. There was even a way that you could actually almost climb up into the snack bar, but I'm not going to go into that. Not that I.
Well, even in the years before Sandy, it did, it had some structure to it, and it went out into the ocean quite a bit. And it was a very popular spot for, sunrise pictures and family pictures. And there's lots of families who say that, every year they would take their family pictures underneath the 59th Street Pier. And so, it was sad to see that go. But the Ocean City Fishing Club. So the pier itself was built in 1916, and it was damaged and replaced or rebuilt several times over the years. The current fishing pier extends 735 feet southeast from the Ocean City Boardwalk, just south of 14th Street. It was extended by 100 feet in 2021 after, as you mentioned, the beach replenishment projects really left the end of that pier high and dry. So the facilities include a clubhouse with a kitchen and a bathroom, and storage for rods and for members for their rods and for their equipment. So you can pay just to put your rod in there, or you can pay for a locker to put your rod and your fishing gear. It also includes there's two tees. The inner tee has a storage facility, and it has bait storage, a refrigerator and freezer. So, as a member, you can pay an annual fee, and from memory, I believe it's $50 a year. And Fanatics stocks the refrigerator and freezer with bait. And if you pay your fee, you can help yourself to the bait anytime you're out there. And then on the outer tee, there's fish cleaning tables, a sink, a tent for shelter, and a big platform. The outer tee is 50 feet wide and 30 feet long, with an elevation of approximately 24 feet above the water. So it's a pretty cool structure.
And it got some cool lights under it recently. Upgraded the lights.
What was that, Don?
It's upgraded the lights and stuff.
Yeah, that was part of they did a bunch of upgrades as part of the renovation, like that outer tee. When they moved it out, they improved that whole area. It's kind of there's a structure out there, and it has a radio, and it's kind of like it looks like a toll booth. And it has, a radio, and has a little bit of shelter. So if you're fishing in inclement weather, you can have some shelter there. But the outer tee is big, and very cool, very cool. So that's the pier itself. The club, the Ocean City Fishing Club, is a private club. And it was started on that beach in the summer of 1913. And it's the oldest continuous operating fishing club in the country. The first meeting,
impressive.
It is impressive. And again, you walk by it and you see it and you say, yeah, it's cool. It's a fishing pier. But, you don't really know that much about it. There were 12 members at the first meeting held on August 15th, 1913. They incorporated the club in September, and membership over the years has varied from a high of 447 members in 1922 to the present average of about 200 members.
I've never seen any of those 200 members ever on that pier.
No, there's normally not many, if any, people out there. You'll sometimes see 1, 2, 3, 4 members out there fishing. From what I was told, there are a lot of older members that don't want to give up their membership because they've been members for a long, long time. And quite honestly, some of them have stopped fishing, but they like to go to the club and they like to walk the pier and they like to stay involved, but they just don't fish anymore. And hey, if you're
shaking my head at that one,
hey, if you're 85 years old and you've been a member of that fishing club for 25 years or 45 years, you're not going to give that up. As long as you can walk out there, you're going to stay a member.
Listen, the real reason to not give up that membership is the parking lot that's right there.
Yes.
You literally have a parking lot designated specific. It's like a $4 million parking lot that they have.
Absolutely, it is
just for fishing club members to go and use when they're on the pier. So if you can get a membership, you literally get one of 15, 20 beachfront parking spots right there with access right to the boardwalk and the beach. Like that in and of itself is a reason to never give up.
Totally agree. And just in case any of our listeners have a light bulb that goes off on top of their head over that parking lot, that thing is watched. There are several members who live very close by. And if you think you're going to park in there and spend the night on the boardwalk, you're going to come back and your car is going to be gone. It's going to have been towed. They don't mess around with that.
This is not like the 50% discount people. This is a real.
Yeah, this is real. Don't mess with their parking lot. They were uber serious about it.
Because it is constantly empty, constantly beautiful, and like I said, it's like a $4 million parking lot. It's right there.
Yeah.
On the beach. It's a beachfront parking lot.
Yeah, and they're not messing around with that thing. Anyway, so
the real question is, Drew, how long have you been on the wait list? Since you coached Matt Ulmer in baseball?
No, 3 years.
That's not bad. I thought you were going to say 10, 15 years.
Yeah, no, 3 years. And
what number are you on the list? Do you even know?
I'll get to that in a minute. So they have tournaments, casting contests, and inter-club fishing team competitions. The annual membership fee is $250 a year. Cheap, right? But there is a $1,500 initiation fee. So that's why some of these old members, they paid the initiation fee. Now they only have to pay $250 a year. They don't want to give that up, right?
$1,500 initiation fee. That sounds like hazing. I thought we're doing away with that these days. Could I just rent and sell my parking spot like 3 nights a week and call that $1,500?
Well, adding 100 feet to that pier was not cheap, my friend. Right?
The city didn't cover that? That was done privately?
No, that was done privately. It's a privately owned pier.
Wow.
I think they got some grant money, honestly, from the state, but not nearly enough to cover just the permitting had to run a couple $100,000.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
In Ocean City, you need a permit to think about building something.
And I wasn't even talking about the city. I was talking about the state. Right?
That's even worse. You can't even imagine, let alone have a thought.
Yeah.
So
the annual
unless you want to build something really far offshore that kills a lot of things, then you can just
have that at people. That'll breeze right through the DEP.
Go ahead, have fun.
As long as it spins.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the club has a calendar of events, which includes a youth fishing tournament, a surf fishing tournament, and a yearly open house. And they contribute generously to the Ocean City Food Cupboard. They also have a scholarship for Ocean City High School graduates. They send fishing teams to tournaments in other parts of New Jersey, down to Cape Hatteras, Virginia, and they do very well. There's a couple guys on those teams. Bobby Dever is one of them. The other gentleman, I can't remember his name, and that's gonna bother me because he was a really super nice guy.
Just going down on that wait list, Drew.
It's the son of another member, and they do really well. They're really, really good fishermen. Kingfish, weekies, blues, flounder, croakers, lings, and striped bass are the fish that have dominated the harvest over there for years. And I know that because the club keeps a daily log going back decades of all the catches and species, number and sizes. They have it's cool. They have books of the daily catches off of that pier that go back decades and decades. So if you want to know how big a striped bass was caught in November of 1950, you can go to the book and look at the month of November and see guy caught a 52-inch striped bass off that pier or whatever the case was. Really, really neat. Really cool.
That is pretty cool.
It is cool. And there's a guy That's his job. So if I'm a member and I go fishing today and I catch a 26-inch 6-pound flounder, I have to call it in to the guy who keeps the records, and he records at the end of each day, going back decades. I mean, there's books and books and books. They have books all over the place.
So you could become the official videographer of the state and then the official fish recorder. It's all lining up here for you, Drew. All lining up.
You must be under the impression that I'm looking for things to do in my retirement.
Well, I'm just saying that you can become a member. You say, listen, I'll be the fish guy. I'll take over the book. I'll be good. Make sure I write them down.
Augie was his name. Augie. And his father's name was Augie. And I don't have his number anymore. That was the father and son were Augie and Augie. Anyway, so in 2000, I don't remember the year now. I want to say 2017 or 18. One of my son's first jobs was he's a fisherman as I am. He likes to fish, and he did the fishing report for the OCNJ Daily. It was a weekly report that he did, and it was during the summer to let people know what was being caught, where, what they were using, the whole thing. So I reached out to the fishing pier to see if they had kind of information that they would share with my son, and they couldn't have been any nicer. Invited my son and I up there, gave us a grand tour, and basically, opened up their book of knowledge and told Aiden that they would give him all summer, give him all the information that he wanted on what they were seeing, what was being caught, what the bait was, the whole, ocean temperature, all that stuff. And they assisted him in doing his fishing report for the Ocean City Daily. And that's how I met those guys. And they couldn't have been any nicer. I mean, they were just the nicest people and really kind to my son. And that's when I learned about the Ocean City Fishing Pier and Fishing Club. And that's when I made my application to the Ocean City Fishing Pier and Fishing Club. So what did I say? 3 years? It couldn't have been 3 years.
We're probably 7 years, Drew.
Yeah. Actually, I think it was 2018 or 19.
Still at 5 years.
My son's 19. He's probably 14. So, yeah, probably 5 years, maybe 6. Yeah. Yeah.
Have you gotten any closer to getting membership?
I have no idea.
Well, after forgetting Augie's name there, you got bumped back to the bottom, I'm sure.
Probably. I remember Bobby Dever's name, though.
There you go. So,
Bobby Dever was a fishing machine. They have casting contests off the end of the pier. I watched Bobby Dever cast with a surf fishing rod. I thought that thing was going to the moon, man. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen anyone cast as far as that dude was casting.
So now these youth fishing tournaments and stuff, are those open to anybody, or do you have to be like a member?
The youth, no, they're like the youth fishing tournament they do next to the Longport Bridge every year, and it's anybody, and they're great people. They help the kids fish, and they give prizes. I mean, bikes and fishing gear and T-shirts and hats, and it's a really neat tournament for kids, and their entire goal is to try to get kids into fishing. That's it. That's all their goal is to introduce fishing to kids and try to develop a kind of a lifelong love of fishing as these guys have. Nice. So it's a great group. It really is. It's and like I say, they give an awful lot of money to the Ocean City Food Cupboard.
Cool.
Yeah. So very good group, and just an awesome local club. And we all have walked by it for years and years and years and years. you don't know anything about it. Yeah, it's just see a pier, right? It's the Ocean City Fishing Club. It's kind of a haunted house that you walk by, but just as cool as could be. I was glad I had the opportunity to go out there a couple times and see what it was all about.
And is there any kind of application fee, or is it free to apply?
Free to apply.
And then you just get on the wait list?
I'm emailing Augie tomorrow. Tell him don't even think about Dominick Dougherty on that.
Listen, I catch waves. I don't catch fish. I've said that forever. But I do feel that fishing would be something good to get Ben and Lucy into, just because, we're half a block from the bay here. We could just fish off that little spot right down the end of our street. I'm sure catch some flounders, maybe even some crabs over there.
It's a great thing. You live on an island, having that as a, just another, hobby or, thing to do. My son used to go out on his bike with his buddies, and they go ride up onto the bridge or over the Longport Bridge or down on the beach, and they'd catch all manner of stuff. And he loved it. I mean, they got into it. They would go digging out green crabs to catch the what do you catch under pilings? I can't remember now.
I told you I catch waves, not fish. So.
Yeah, I can't remember. But anyway, he was into it, and I loved it. It was they weren't watching video games; they were out fishing.
That's good. That's way better. So, well, thanks for the information, Drew. Here on
wait. One more shout out. I'm glad we. I'll tell you, if I didn't have something to jog my memory, I would remember nothing. So this coming Saturday, I believe, is the Ocean City Intermediate School Fishing Club bazaar at the intermediate school. I'm pretty sure it's on Saturday, and it's vendors come in and sell discounted fishing gear, and the money goes to the fishing club at the intermediate school. So go, everybody on the island, go to this fishing club thing at the intermediate school on Saturday. Buy something to support the fishing club, because that's a great thing for kids. They take trips. They go out on the Miss Avalon. They go all over. They do lots of different fishing on the beach, on the bay, offshore. It's a great club for kids, and let's try to support that.
Yes, I did not use Google, just so you know. I looked at the intermediate school Facebook page here.
Okay.
And it appears there is a flea market.
Flea market. That's what it is.
Yes.
It's this Saturday.
It says all it says is fishing club will meet today, which was Wednesday, March 13th today. And please attend if you are helping with the flea market this weekend. So I'm assuming
the flea market, I believe, is Saturday, and it runs from like 10 to 3 or 10 to 4. I don't remember exactly, but it's a full day, and they bring in a ton of vendors. I mean, that the multi-purpose room, the lunchroom, stage, the multi-purpose room, they have all kinds of vendors, from gear, hats, face masks, all that kind of stuff, rods, reels, lures, rigs, everything fishing you could possibly want. And they're good deals. They're really good deals. And, it's a great day, and all the proceeds go to the fishing club. So we'd love, people to support that.
Yes.
You got a time there, Google boy?
I'm looking here. I'm seeing swing for kids. I'm not seeing what I'm looking for here, which would be
all right. Well, why don't we people can find him, Dom. If they want to go, they'll find it. It's
flea market.
I know it's Saturday, right?
It is. It just says this weekend's flea market.
It's Saturday during the day, so people can find it. So good thing. So I'm glad I got the opportunity to give that shout out.
Yeah, in the morning announcements, all it says is the flea market this weekend, but then it doesn't tell me anything about the flea market. So if I get some information about the flea market, we'll put it in the Facebook group, because apparently we got a Facebook group.
We do.
Yeah.
How about that?
Shout out to our buddy Ken for
Ken Tillotson reached out to Dom and I. He was the admin for the Ocean City. Help me out here, Dom. The Ocean City
OCNJ local.
Ocean City NJ local.
Yeah.
And wanted to offer us, he likes our podcast, and wanted to offer us the access and use of the Facebook page.
So we'll put it out there. There's already quite a few of your members, and quite a few of the members are going to get bombarded with stuff about the podcast. So please don't leave.
Ocean City NJ local on Facebook.
I think that's it.
That's it. Ocean City NJ local.
I'm an admin though, apparently. I have control. Which means nothing.
As am I. But there are already admins,
and they've been very helpful, and even Ken stayed on and helped and done some stuff. So we appreciate that as well too, as we kind of transition. But
there's other moderators, a couple friends of mine, but friend of mine is one of the moderators. So.
We get some information, we will be sure to post it on there for you guys.
Yep, it's a good thing. Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for listening. We appreciate it. This has been the OCNJ Local, your podcast for everything happening here in America's greatest family resort. We're your hosts, Dominick Dougherty and Drew Fasy.
And we are your local guide.